My name is G. Eric Francis. I am a writer. I publish 4 books, including my latest work, 90 Things That Irritate the SH blank blank out of me, or at least make me frown. Based upon that book, I started this wonderful channel called, as you can see, the Irritation channel. I like to think of it as a place where I can just vent and shake my head and ponder why we as human beings do so many things, not only to irritate each other, but just make life irritating in general. The first thing I want to talk about is what's going on currently in the news. I don't know if you've noticed over the last few years, especially since January 20th, 2009, at about 12 o'clock noon, a lot of the ugly that this country has been living on or burying lately and has been built on for the last 238 years has come to light. Folks who look like me are becoming kind of like the black rhino. If you guys Google that, the black rhino, I think there's only 5 left on Earth. And there's certain individuals who, based on what's been taught from generation to generation to generation, haven't let go of the fact that just because folks like me have more melanin than they do, we're automatically a threat. Now, this is not going to be a let's bash the police video or let's bash Caucasian video. I'm looking to bash the entire human race video. This is what this is going to be. Recently, I'm sure folks have heard the news about the poor young man who, while in police custody, suffered such a severe spinal injury he died a week later after they took him into custody. Now, as I looked at the news, I get this gentleman supposedly had a few run-ins with the law, but even if that's the case, no human being, whether you're a person of color or Caucasian or Latin or Asian or look like Shaggy from Scooby Doo, should be treated in a way in a way in police custody where your life ends. I thought that everybody is innocent until proven guilty. I thought we're supposed to have a day in court. I thought everybody should have their time in front of their peers to pass judgment based on evidence. At least that's the way I understood it. Unfortunately, it seems that based on what we are taught, and that's the important thing, this is what we're taught. Um, the same thing keeps repeating itself over and over again, and not just for Caucasians. So I believe I'm not jumping them. I blame Caucasians for not being able to dance, or wearing ugly clothes sometimes, or using too much mousse, or thinking golf is an actual sport. Things like that. Nothing against Tiger Woods, but you get my point. That I blame them for because they are fairly comical. But I don't necessarily blame racism or the fact that people still look at each other based on the content of melanin in their skin to make a judgment on a person. I refuse to accept that. It's ridiculous, and I'm sorry that folks continue to do this. However, I think my irritant for this particular episode is apathy. The fact that perhaps you don't look at every person of color, every non-minority as a threat. It's the fact that folks don't seem to care. They figure if it's not my kid or it's not my family member or not my friend, it has nothing to do with me. It's that nothing to do with me attitude is what's destroying the United States and its culture, making us a laughing stock to other countries. My guy knows you got folks over there in whatever the heck country who can't eat or starving or suffering from some jacked up diseases or whatever the hell it is. But we're supposed to be the supposed greatest nation in the world, yet we have people who wear a badge. Not everybody, and there are plenty of fantastic police officers in this country. But there's certain individuals who wear a badge or are entrusted with a badge who feel that I'm going to shoot so and so because I can get away with it. It's the same thing with a child. If you don't kick a child's ass when they do wrong, they're going to keep doing that wrong because there's no consequences to their actions. Now, that doesn't say that a police officer, if they truly, honestly feel that their life is written, You gotta do what you gotta do because you have every right, just like I do, to come home when you leave the house in the morning or whatever time your shift may be. But with that being said, for those good cops out there, I wish you would take a stand. Forget the shield, forget the whole blue uniform stand together crap. It's kind of the same thing with black neighborhoods or Latin neighborhoods. If you got a few asses in your neighborhood or you have a few asses in the force, you need to get rid of them. You're never going to get the public to trust you if you don't weed out the bad seeds. I mean, it just seems to be simple logic. Weed them out, kick them out. Just same thing with black neighborhoods and where ghettos exist. While I know there's a lot bigger picture controlling than that, and I will cover that in other sections of this channel as time goes on. Ultimately, kick the bad seeds out. Police force, the neighborhoods, how even your own house if you have to. If people have no desire then to cause destruction, and you're making the rest of everyone else who looks like you and act like you or part of your group look bad, weed them out. There's nothing you can do for them. All they're doing is hurting you and your family and your friends. And it's unfortunate we have come down to that. But unfortunately, just like it has for the last 238 years, nothing ever changes. Folks of color are taught not to trust Caucasians. Caucasians are taught that just because someone's drawers are hanging out of their pants, even though this is in modern terms or whatever, doesn't fit into what the mold's supposed to be. They're dangerous, they're dishonest, and end up on Maury talking about who's the father or whatever. But when it comes down to it, conversation, communication, seeing past what you are taught and actually letting a person stand on their own character should be how a person should be judged. Not because a person's the hip hop, not because cop is a cop. I mean, not automatically all cops are bad. Not automatically all black folks are bad. Not automatically whatever group there may be bad. And that is an irritant. And I wish that we would stop. Anyway, on that note, I'm ending this particular episode. I hope that I can get folks to please send me the irritants. I'm hoping this will not only be funny but entertaining, but will make you think just a little bit. This is Jack Francis. Once again, if you would, check out my work. My new book, 90 Things, is funny and insightful and blunt and crass. And I hope you guys check it out, and I hope you guys follow the channel. This is Jack Francis signing out. We'll see you next time.